Today we're going to be showing you how to install a classy black base with white epoxy highlights. Stay tuned to see just how simple it is to upgrade your living space with our industrial strength products. All right guys, as you just saw, we got our primer mixed up. We got it down on the floor. When you're mixing your primer, it's the same ratios as our epoxy, 2 parts A to 1 part B. It's been about 30 minutes. Our primer's still tacky, but it doesn't leave any wet primer on your hands when you touch it, so that's how you know it's ready to go. We're about to be mixing up our epoxy here. We're gonna be mixing up a 3-gallon kit and adding our jet black epoxy pigments to it. And then we're also going to be mixing up a 3-quart white epoxy kit. Our white resin comes pre-pigmented, so you don't have to add any color packs to it. You just mix it up, same way. We're going to be adding in our part A's first, and then we're going to add our part B. And we're going to be using our 3P2 mixing process, which stands for, we're going to start at the top, go all the way down to the bottom, go around the sides and back up real slow. That's 1. We're gonna do that 3 times. Also scraping our edges of our buckets to get all that part A off the sides, get it all incorporated in so that we don't have any soft spots in our floor. And then we pour into a secondary mixing container and mix it 2 more times. Now once we get this resin mixed up, guys, we wanna get it out of the bucket as soon as possible. When our resin's in a mass, it heats up really quick and will flash off and start getting hard inside the bucket if it's in there too long. So you just want to make sure that you're getting that resin out of the bucket really fast. So yeah, we'll get this epoxy mixed up and go get it dumped out on the floor. All right guys, just a quick pro tip. When you guys are out on the job, once you mix up your base coat, send that off to whoever's gonna get the base coat down on the floor, and then go back and start mixing your highlights. You don't wanna leave this in the bucket too long, or else it'll start flashing off and it'll be unusable. So yeah, make sure you mix your base coat up first, go get that out on the floor, and then have someone start mixing up your highlights. And by the time you get your base coat out, your highlights will be ready to go. All right guys, we're ready to lay out our base coat. Now we're gonna be laying out a nice even bead all the way around the edge and then just splitting our floor in half till we run out of resin. And we're gonna be using our Leggari notch squeegee, which lays our resin out at 45 square feet a gallon, making it very easy to use. And then after we get our base coat laid out, we're gonna cross roll the entire floor using a 9-inch 3/8 snap roller skin. All right guys, we're ready for the next step. We're gonna be adding our white highlights. We're gonna be pouring our highlights out in a thick vein pattern. And just a quick tip, we wanna make sure that we're getting those white highlights all the way to the edge, making it look like that floor is coming out from under your walls and you're not having a solid black border all the way around the edge. Next step in the process, guys, is we're gonna spray the entire floor with isopropyl alcohol, 91% or higher, in small to medium drops, which gives us our dispersing effect. Then we're gonna wait about 5 minutes and mist the entire floor with denatured alcohol, which releases any air in our resin and pops any bubbles.